If you are calling from another law enforcement agency, press 1. If you need to be connected with the jail, press 2. To reach the property room, press 3. If you are calling about your impounded vehicle, press 4. If you are calling to get a copy of a report that you have already filed, press 5. If you wish to be connected with the Investigations Division to reach the detective assigned to your case, press 6. If you wish to speak with the court-ordered registrant unit, press 7. If you live in the county and need the Sheriff's Department, transferring to
Investigations 100 3846.
Hi, could I speak to someone in missing persons, please?
I'm sorry, I could barely hear you.
Could I, someone who handles the missing persons cases?
Okay, adults, right?
Children.
Children?
Yes.
Okay, that would be Brianna Ortiz, and I'll go ahead and transfer you.
Okay. Hi, I'm calling because I'm just a concerned citizen. I was looking at some missing persons cases because I like post the flyers and stuff on my social media whenever I see like Amber Alerts and stuff like that. And I came across, it was weird. I saw like a missing teenage girl from Bakersfield. Then they just kept popping up. And right now I'm looking at a list of like 77 teenagers between the age of 10 and 17 all missing, and there's like nothing online about them. You know how usually when they're found there'll be something like located safely or whatever. There's like nothing. So I know that you wouldn't be able to give me like per name. I couldn't say, hey, did you find so and so? But on the numbers, would you be able to give me some idea of like how many have been found safe, if any of them were found sex trafficking? Or because I mean, I don't know what's going on, but it just looks kind of weird that there's all these missing kids out there.
Yeah, so I'm sorry. Can I get your name? What is your last name?
Savage, Savage.
Okay. So you're not calling about a particular missing juvenile case, correct?
No, because I know that since they're juveniles, you probably wouldn't really be able to give me any specific information.
Yeah, it would be really limited.
But I'm kind of wondering.
And then
like,
as far as...
Go ahead.
Sorry?
Go ahead.
Yeah, so then as far as like the recovery, or, you know, you're asking or inquiring, you know, if it has to do with any kind of sex trafficking or anything like that, unfortunately, I wouldn't even be able to release that information. So is there anything...
Okay. Well, I'm not really looking for any information that you can't release, because I know that you have stuff that you can say to the public and stuff that you can't say to the public.
Yeah.
But I was just wondering if you could give me a general idea of, like, have any of them been found in sex trafficking? Have any of them been found deceased? How maybe how many have been found safe, or, you know, because it's just. And then I noticed also, like when I was looking up their last locations that they were known to be, a lot of them are listed as right there at either, I think that's a police headquarters, and I think the place across the street is like City Hall or something. And there's like 10 of them who, between those two buildings, that's listed as the place they're missing from. It's just weird.
That's interesting. Where did you find that information, just so I can kind of look up to see what you're looking at?
There's a website called websleuths.com, and most web sleuths, all one word.
How do you spell that? WEB.
SLEUTHS.com.
Okay.
And yeah.
So the only reason I can think, let me try and pull it up right now. The only reason I could think that address or those addresses would be used, because normally, you know, when they're missing, I don't know if the address not found is maybe if that's where the report was taken.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you are wanting like a report of some type with the I guess the stats on missing juveniles, you can always go down to the police department
Oh, I'm not from there.
headquarters downtown?
I'm on the
Oh, got it.
other
Okay.
side of the country from you. I just, like I said, I share out on social media. I share out like missing
Uh-huh.
flyers for children, adults, silver
Uh-huh.
alerts, just stuff like that. Just my doing what I can for the community in general. But I just
Okay.
noticed that I kept finding more and more and more of these kids missing, and like some of them went missing two in the same day, blocks apart. I mean, it just looks really weird from my standpoint. Is there any way that I could possibly email you the list that I have, and whenever you have
Sure.
time, nothing urgent, but whenever you have time, and talking strictly about the numbers and not specifics, if you could give me a rough idea of like what we were talking about, how many were found safe, how many, if any, were found deceased, or you know what I'm saying, were
Got
uh
it. And then just so that I know, just for my information, are you with a specific organization, or are you like
no,
working independently?
no, it's just me. I just did a YouTube channel. I just made a YouTube channel, and really what I do on there is just share missing posters. It's just that when I
Okay.
when I started, I think the first one that I came across was a girl named Natalie Lafredes, and
Okay.
I shared out her poster, and then after I shared out her poster, I just started to notice Bakersfield, Kern County, Bakersfield, and I was like,
Oh,
dang,
got it.
that's a
Okay.
lot of missing kids. And apparently other
Yeah.
people noticed it too, because when I put her name in on Web Sleuths, then I was directed to a thread that had all these missing kids. That's a lot of where I got most of these from, because I had only found like, I think I had found 13. And then when I went on the Web Sleuths website and got to their thread, that's where I found all the rest of them.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Got it.
if
Yeah,
you
I
could,
can give you my email address, and you're more than welcome to send that to me. And then any information that I am actually able to provide to you, then I will. If I'm not, then I'll definitely give you a call and let you know.
okay,
And if that ends up being the case, maybe I can transfer you over to like a supervisor at that point who maybe would be able to give you more information.
okay, that sounds good. What's your email address?
It's B like boy,
Mm-hmm.
ORTIZ.
ORTIZ.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
at Bakersfield PD.
Mm-hmm.
.us.
All right, I will get that email out to you this afternoon. I want to put or kind of organize my questions so it's a little easier on both of us.
Okay.
All
Yeah.
right, thank you so much.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Now I'm going to go ahead and call the Kern County Sheriff's Department, and that is 661 391 7500. That's the number I just dialed. For some reason, I'm not seeing you guys' comments over here.
Thank you for calling the administration office of the Kern County Sheriff's Department. If you know the extension number of the person you are calling, press 0 now. If you have an emergency, hang up and dial 911. If you require a deputy to respond to your location for a non-emergency, hang up and dial 661-861-3110. Again, that number is 661-861-3110. Please listen carefully to the following menu selections. For personnel complaints or employment services, press 1. For crime reports or car impounds, press 2. For arrest records or warrant information, press 3. For live scan fingerprint information, licensing, concealed weapons permits, or business permits, press 4. For central receiving, downtown jail, press 5. For the civil division, press 6. For detectives and all other divisions, press 7. To repeat these options, Kern County Sheriff's Office.
Hi, I was calling to speak with someone in missing persons, please.
Okay, give me just one moment.
Okay. Hey, baby. Bubby. Mm-mm.
Monica Lassauld.
It's not available. Record your message after the tone. When you've finished, you can hang up or press 1.
Okay, not leaving a message. So now we are on to Reidsville, and I guess I'll try to call Kern County another day. We'll set up a live for that. But the Bakersfield call was very enlightening, and she gave me her email address so that I can email her my questions, and she's going to try to come up with some stats for me. She did say that she can't give me specifics since it's minors. Of course, she can't give me specifics. Like I couldn't ask about a certain child, but she's going to try to answer my questions according to the numbers. Questions like how many have been found safe, if any have been found deceased, were any of them found in a sex trafficking situation, just different things like that. And as far as the cluster that we saw at the two buildings, remember we went through the Google Earth map that someone on Web Sleuths had put together, and we saw like a cluster at these two buildings. One looked like a police headquarters and one looked like some type of city building. Well, it turns out that that is the police headquarters on the one side of the road, and on the other side of the road is the city hall. It's city hall, city information, and some other things in there, other governmental agencies, presumably the family court. I looked it up and found a few things that were there, but apparently they used that address because that's where the report was made, and they apparently don't know where the kids actually went missing from, which is crazy to me because it seems like you would use the last known location as the place that they went missing from, and not just a general, like, we're just going to tag them at the police department or the city hall. It doesn't really kind of make sense to me, but I guess that's how they do it. Okay, so Reidsville, here we go.
Reidsville Police Department, this is Venus.
Hi, I was wondering if I could speak to someone in homicide, please.
Okay, is there a certain case that you're trying to get information on, or?
Tyrone Neal.
All right, let me see who has that case. One moment. Is that the victim?
Yes.
Okay, this is going to be Detective Sergeant Pascal. One moment.
Okay.
Sergeant Pascal.
Hi, Sergeant Pascal. How are you today?
I'm doing all right.
All right. I was calling to ask about a case. My name is Rich, and I'm not from there. I have some friends there though, and they were telling me about a case, and they kind of they were saying that they don't feel like enough is being done. That
Okay.
nobody's come out and really talked to the people in the neighborhood to get information or whatever, or check like the cameras in the area, people's home surveillance camera or whatever. The case is Tyrone Neal. I don't know exactly
Yes,
when
ma'am.
he passed, but it was recently.
I'm working that case. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir. I was just I really don't know what I'm trying to ask you. It's just a couple of friends of mine that live in that neighborhood. They had concerns. They don't really want to call themselves, so I kind of volunteered to do it for them. They're just wondering, like, is there any progress being made? Have you checked with the people in the neighborhood for like their Ring doorbell cameras, or talked to certain people? Because like I said, I'm not from there, but from what I'm understanding, from what I'm being told, is that there's someone in the neighborhood who has direct knowledge, but they're kind of like ducking you guys. I don't know what the person's name is or whatever, but
There seems to be a whole lot of accusations going around about different things, and I don't know where they're coming from. The case is under investigation, pending the autopsy, because from what we're seeing right now, there is no foul play. So I don't know where all these
Okay.
rumors are coming from about this case. But people need to. I'm in touch with the immediate family, with Mr. Neal's mother, and I stay in touch with her weekly. And she is the one that I will be speaking with about this case.
Okay.
But until we get the autopsy back, that's kind of where we stand right now.
Okay, well that makes sense. If you're saying it doesn't look like foul play, then of course you don't need to go check people's cameras or talk to people or whatever.
I don't know where all this stuff's coming from. But,
well, you know how it is.
Point,
you know how it is in neighborhoods. People start talking, stories spread. It's kind of like playing telephone. I start out saying one thing, and by the time it gets back to me, it's something entirely different. Yeah, so that's probably just what it is. A bunch of maybe rumors or suspicions or whatever based on the lack of information.
Yeah, I mean, there's people coming out from everywhere saying things that I know for a fact are not accurate, and so that's why I speak with Mr. Neal's mother on a weekly basis, and we're handling it.
Okay, awesome.
The investigation is still open.
Awesome. Okay, I just wanted to try to get that little information for them. I will let them know. Maybe they don't know that it's not suspected as foul play, so I'll let them know that, and maybe that'll assuage their nerves.
Yeah, I mean, right now it's the investigation is pending autopsy.
All righty.
All right.
Bye. Not sure if that was helpful or not, but I guess it kind of was, because if people are thinking one thing but they don't really have the factual information, then of course it's probably going to get blown out of proportion. We see that with Summer Wells, we see it with Kylie Rodney right now every day. So hey, it is what it is.